It's Your Voice, Your Future. State Assemblyman Vince Fong with another victory tonight. A judge ruled he can run for 2 races on the November ballot. This is the second ruling in favor of Fong. It all started when the Secretary of State tried to remove Fong from the congressional race, stating he could not run in 2 different races at the same time. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Molina joins us now with reaction to that decision. Leslie.
Well, Rochelle, earlier tonight I spoke about what led to a second ruling in favor of Fong, and now I wanted to get some reaction to the decision. I spoke to one lawyer and a political science professor who told me what they really thought about this entire thing.
I don't know if I was expecting it. I guess I'm not surprised.
For a second time, a ruling has been made in favor of keeping Vince Fong in the 20th Congressional District race and in the race for re-election to State Assembly. Dr. Keith Smith, the public policy professor, told Eyewitness News this decision dismissed criticisms the Secretary of State Shirley Weber made about keeping Fong on both ballots.
Basically affirmed everything that the trial court said, which was that the the Secretary of State's interpretation of the elections code was overly restrictive, and that if you look at the whole text of the statute, that Assemblyman Fong's interpretation is the better interpretation.
Secretary Weber cited this elections code on your screen, pointing out this highlighted portion of it. Both the district and appeal court's ruling said her understanding of this word was wrong and said it actually only applies to independent candidates. Do you think the district court's first ruling had an impact in the second ruling?
The lower court's opinion absolutely had a lot to do with what the higher court did.
Attorney Ron Zambrano with West Coast Trial Lawyers said there is a small likelihood Secretary Weber could once again appeal the decision. But he believes that at this point, it would be more of a political decision than a legal one.
Yes, it could if the Secretary of State is upset enough about the interpretation, although it should go through the legal process internally, right? There should be some, hey, everybody read what the appellate court said. Is this worth, do we have a shot? And is it worth it? Like, do we really want to fight someone getting on a ballot?
Dr. Smith, on the other hand, thinks an appeal by Weber will not happen. What do you think is the likelihood of, the decision being appealed once again and maybe heading to the state Supreme Court?
No, so there's a little bit of time between now and the 12th, like there's 3 days left. But on Friday, the Secretary of State has to certify the elections. And so unless the California State Supreme Court is going to act within that very constrained time period, it's done.
And while we wait, it is now time for the state legislator to go back to the drawing board and make some changes to the elections code.
My understanding is that there's already legislative language that has been drafted to preclude this from ever happening again.
For a better breakdown on this complicated court case, go ahead and visit our website at bakesfornow.com. Reporting in studio, Leslie Molina, Eyewitness News.